Okay, in this video we've got a transformation that goes from O to A, and I'll tell you what the transformation is straight away. It's a translation, so it's quite a long word, it's translation. Now, how come I know it's a translation? It's all to do with the way the shape is. It's been slid from O to A, slide across, rather than a reflection or a rotation. Now, just to show you, concentrate on the bottom left corner where the right angle is, and it's also the bottom left corner of here. That's why it's a slide. If I was to rotate it, and I'm just going to rotate it through here, if I rotate it there, you can see where the right angle now comes up on the rotation, and that would be the same if I rotated it to the top or the bottom. If I now reflect that shape, and I'm going to reflect it in the y-axis, you can see that my right angle now comes there. Now that won't matter where I reflect it, the right angle is going to change its position. The right angle changes its position in the rotation. But in a translation, the right angle never changes its position. So that's fine, but what I want to do is to describe how I go from here to here. So I'm going to take any corner and look at the corresponding corner. And what I've got on here is something called a vector. See the arrow there? That's called a vector. And that vector goes across 2, so x2, and then up 5. In fact, if I label that vector 2, 5, it's not quite right because it should actually be a column vector. So the way this program labels it isn't quite right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that's a translation by vector. And I'm going to write this as a column, so x always comes first and then y comes down here. And I can move that anywhere. So if I move this vector across, I change this vector, I change this vector up, and I've now changed it from, say, 2 to 7. It's moved it up there. And I can make these vectors minus, so I could change this vector to a 2. So I'll move it across, actually I'll move it across 4 now. And then we'll come down 1. And you can see where we've ended up. And each time the right angle is always in the same place. Let's just go back to the original one, which was 2, 5. You can see we've moved across there, 2, 5. So that's how I describe that transformation. I say it's a translation. I always have the letters or the words by vector, and then I have these here. This one here is my x number, and this one here is my y number.